So, good afternoon. How is everyone today? I'm so glad that you've joined me again this week, and I have something really exciting that I can't wait to share with you. So, last week I know we talked about changing your thoughts around your debt and really concentrating on the more positive side of things so that you're able to attract more good and abundance into your life. So today I wanted to talk with you about visualization and getting what you want. This has actually been really difficult for me because I had these massive dreams and plans for my family and myself. But actually sitting down and taking the time to visualize it and plan it out in my head is really difficult. Just sitting down to make this video, I'm like, okay, the boys are busy right now. I've got enough time to express my thoughts to you, but to really sit down and be quiet with myself and visualize for 5-10 minutes on hand is really hard. And it's because I know that I might get interrupted and the kids might need me or they're screaming in my ears, so I can't really take it all in. So, these 4 kids, I want a lot for them, and I want them to be able to live out these dreams that I have ready for them. And they say, people out there say, to be abundant, you have to act like you are abundant already and visualize yourself in that place as you are. And I get that. Totally get that. But with the craziness that is going on in my head, with the kids, their life, their activities, taking a moment to breathe and really being by myself is difficult. And I'm not gonna lie. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to fulfill my dreams and I want our life to be different. I just have to be realistic in timing and what works for me and for other people who have the screaming kids in their ears all the time, not allowing themselves, their brains, to be calm and relaxed and quiet. So, this is why I instilled the 3 breath rule. But you know what? That's really not long enough to get a good visualization in. And I've thought of my goals as in the past as pipe dreams, and couldn't figure out really how to put myself into my future self and picture us doing the things that I wanted us to do. I've done the vision boards and I've tried to visualize after meditating, even after sitting for 15 minutes and really clearing my head at the end of the day. And for my detail-oriented mind, it didn't work. I needed something that would be a little bit more concrete for me and something real that I could hold in my hands. So I had to come up with something with a concept that would work for me and something I could read and see every day that would allow my mind to be able to visualize from reading on a piece of paper. Kind of like a good book. You really get into a good book and you're like, oh my gosh, I can picture myself there. I picture myself with these people. I can smell the things they're doing. I can taste the food that they're eating because they have written it out and they are clear on what they want. And so I do believe that when you have goals, that they do need to be written out and so you can see them. Physically write them out. You don't want to just have them floating around in the air. You want to be able to see them and be able to refer back to them as time goes on to see if you need to reevaluate your goals or make new goals or whatever you need to do. So, this allows your brain to really see what actions are needed to complete the goals as well, and by what specific deadlines that you've set for yourself. Now, in the aspect of picturing future self, after completing these goals, what I did is I wrote a letter to my future self a year from now. I told myself what I would be doing, how I'd be waking up in the morning, where I would be waking up in the morning, in this big, beautiful 5-bedroom house where everybody has their own rooms, and, what we would be doing, where we were packing for a huge vacation to Monte Carlo and the French Riviera. I wrote that in my letter. So, my husband and I were getting ready to leave, and my parents were coming in to watch the kids, and I was getting them ready for school in this big, beautiful, gorgeous chef's kitchen, and I could see it. I could see myself getting their breakfasts ready. I could see them playing in their new playroom just by writing it out. And so I wrote this letter to myself, sealed it up, so that a year from now, I could read it to myself and see that this visualization does work. But this letter I'm not going to have for a year, so I needed to write out the goals and really see them and see how to attain them from now until a year from now. But I couldn't just write my goal to live in this big, beautiful 5-bedroom house and to be packing for the French Riviera. That in my head is just a pipe dream. How am I going to get there? So what I did is I went backwards. I started with these big, gigantic goals, and I wrote 12-month goals down on a piece of paper. And I said, okay, in 12 months, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to live. This is what I want to be doing. And then I took that in half. And so at 6 months, I said, this is where I want to be. This is what I want to be doing. This is where I want to be traveling. Taking my kids on a trip to Disney World, going to Atlantis with my team, really just focusing more on smaller goals. And then I broke it down again, because that's still a little bit out there. And in my head, I was like, oh, I can't afford that. I was going through the negative things. No, it's still 6 months away. We've got time. So I broke it down again into 3-month goals. And these were a little bit more attainable. What do I want to be doing in 3 months? Where do I want to be going? I want to be going to this conference. Yes, I can see that happening. I could be earning this much money. I can see that happening. Who do I need to talk to? And that so forth. And then I broke it down again into one more goal. So I set a goal for 1 month. And this goal was so attainable. I was like, this is something I could totally do. So seeing these goals broken down into sections really allowed my detail-oriented mind to go, okay, we can do this. Don't worry about the 12-month goals. Let's start with the 1-month goal, then, and build up from there. So it gave me something to shoot for. So what I ask you today is, what are your 12-month goals? What are your 6-month goals? What are your 3-month goals? And what are the goals that you're going to achieve in 1 month from now? And think big. Don't box yourself in. Don't judge your goals. Think big. I was thinking of random things, like a new oven, which we're getting tomorrow, things like that, and it just comes up. Oh, we're going to finish our kitchen in a month. And I said, oh, this will be great. We're going to finish our kitchen next week. It's just little things that you're like, oh, I really want this to happen. Put them down, write them down, brainstorm everything that you ever wanted. It's not about being materialistic. It's about wanting what you want. And so think about it. Write yourself a letter. Write down your goals. Where do you want to be in a year from now? Where do you want to be in 6 months from now? Where do you want to be in 3 months from now? Write them down so that you can see them on a piece of paper and to refer back to them. And another thing that I did is I sent them out to 5 people. They are my accountability people. They're going to check up on me 1 month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, and a year from now to say, hey, how are you doing? How are your goals? So this is just you declaring your intentions and having the accountability partners to get you there. Your goals are not pipe dreams. They are totally attainable. You just need to have them in a plan. So I can't wait to hear what your goals are. Feel free to use me as an accountability person, because I know that they are there and they are ready for you to achieve them and be totally abundant. So have a great afternoon, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.